Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. NIO, oh good grief, look at that ugly son of a, that picture. Well, anyway, we're gonna cover NIO and why it's on fire. Man, has it had a run. Good grief, what a run. And it's about damn time. All right, let's get into NIO. Now, NIO has jumped a bunch in the last month, almost 100%. It got as low as 12, all the way up to 24, and we're gonna go into some of the reasons why I think people are so fired up about NIO and why it has had this big rebound. And I don't think it's done. Now, we may have some bumps in the road. Obviously, everything's got bumps in the road, as you know. But it's nice to see this rebound, and I think long-term, this stock could really do something. All right, now this is NIO. As you can see, over the last month, it's gone from about $12.50 all the way up to 24, almost 100% run. So that's great to see. And if you're not entertained by that, I don't know what to tell you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I can tell you I'm entertained by that, very. So that's been great. But let's get into why this is happening and why I think it's happening. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you my price target on NIO. First of all, you just had the launch of the ES7, which is an SUV. It's also got their newest high-tech 2.0 technology, which is going to be very helpful with autonomous driving. And as you know, they're working very hard on that. And autonomous driving is going to be very profitable because it's software as a service. And yes, you have to spend a lot of money on it on the front end, but long-term, it's very profitable. Just ask Tesla. Of course, they had earlier launched the ET7, which is obviously going to be their flagship vehicle. As you can see, this is a beautiful car. And I think long-term, it's going to do really well for them. It is high-end. It's going to be a very profitable car. They won't sell as many of these as they will the ET5. And of course, that's coming out in September. And here you can see an image of the ET5s coming off the line at NIO Park. I'm going to show you NIO Park here in a minute. But this is going to be huge, this new park and this new factory. You know they already have the one factory. Well, this will be their second, and this is going to more than double their production capabilities and really get those deliveries up and that production up, because remember, they're going to be going all over the world with these vehicles over time. And this is really going to be important for NIO to get their production numbers up. This NIO Park is going to be huge, and they're going to play a big part of it. But I think this is one of the reasons people are so excited, because when you can more than double your production, that's going to get that stock price rolling. And it has. Now, as you know, the deliveries have not been where we would expect them to be right now, because we've had these stupid shutdowns that have made no sense for the Rona. Nobody's doing that. No country's doing that except China. They're back to this zero policy, which is not going to work, not with the newest version of the Rona. But in February, this is where they were getting the ET7 ready and getting that line squared away at their first factory. And so we knew that was going to be low. March was all the way up to almost 10,000. Then we expected April and May to continue that trend, but they shut down Shanghai and shut down many parts of the country. It does appear they're coming out of that, but still, this has been a major problem. And I am not a fan of how they're handling this.
Thank you for playing. Should we or should we not follow the advice of the galactically stupid?
Now, as you probably know, there's been 3 analysts come out with new price targets, all well above where they were. Citi came out with a high one. Theirs was really high. It was over 80 bucks over the next 12 months. I think they have pulled that back down into the 40s, which was probably took a lot of guff over that, because that's, you know, you were talking 6-7 times. But here's a couple of more. Right here, Deutsche Bank came out with a price target of $45. And the reason they're saying that is they believe NIO will be producing about 25,000 vehicles per month exiting the year, as opposed to the 7,000 they did last month. And they believe the company could deliver 160,000 EVs this year and 320,000 next year, obviously because of NIO Park, as they build up their production. The second price target came from Morgan Stanley, and they came in at $31. And they believe there'll actually be 30,000 vehicles per month by the end of the year, which is even higher, which surprises me. They're not a little bit higher than 31. But if you look at all the averages in tip ranks, it's currently at $39 that the analysts think. And there's 14 ratings on this. It's all a strong buy. And the low is 26 and the high is the one in the 80s. And also realize NIO is going to come out with a sub-brand of their own. Not much differently than if you think about Toyota and Lexus and how that all works. NIO is going to have a sub-brand that's more affordable. And that makes a lot of sense. And obviously you don't want to call it a NIO. They'll come up with another name, but with the 2 factories, they'll probably have to build a 3rd factory, if I had to guess, for that sub-brand. But the growth could get off the charts with this thing over time. Now this stock, like I said, it's run 100% in 30 days. So if we had a pullback, I would not be the slightest bit surprised by that. Down to the 21 area would be my guess. It really depends on the macro issues and the market sentiment, which has been so foul over the last month. But NIO has really done well during that. It did have a couple little pullbacks right here when it got down in the 16s. I think I did a video here and I was buying as well. But I really like this stock long term. There are the 2 negatives to be concerned about. You've got the lockdowns, which I've already spoken about, and I can't see how that's going to last long term. And then, of course, delisting issues, and you'd have to take that seriously, and that could be a problem. Now, the Chinese government's coming out saying, hey, we're going to let you audit, it won't be a problem. The SEC is saying, not until we actually see it. So it is a law, and it's important, and every company should be allowed to be audited. It's very important to us as shareholders. So hopefully this gets taken care of, but it has held this stock back significantly. But my price target 12 months from now is going to be $42. And I had hoped we'd be well past that, but I didn't know we were going to have shutdowns and that they wouldn't have had the delisting squared away. So I'm thinking 42 is my price target for next year. Now, granted, we're going to have some real ups and downs between this. And like I say, you do have to take those risks into consideration. Now, if both those get taken care of, I think it will go above 42. But it's really hard to know. You know, we're talking about the Chinese government here. They do as they please, but that's a heck of an economy, and they really work hard to make sure those companies succeed. So I would be very surprised if they don't end up working something out with that. And 3 to 5 years from now, if those things are worked out and things smooth out and this company can actually build these cars the way they're capable of, with the quality that they've got and their management team, this stock could be $100. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I would be kind of surprised if it wasn't, but there are those risks, so take that into consideration. All right, folks, and that's NIO today, and those are my predictions. I can't guarantee them, but I feel good about them. Like I say, it's your money. You do as you please. Not financial advice, you know that. But I really like this company long term. I think it's got the juice. If you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover NIO. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would. And I hope you did like the content. We'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.